Welcome back to this video. So now we'll continue to a new topic, which is in Form 4, Chapter 7, Part 1, about cellular respiration. At first, we talk about the outline of this video. So at first, we are going to learn about what are the main substrates in the energy production and what are the types of the cellular respiration, how many types are there, and what is the aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration, the process we are going to focus on today. And I hope I can answer all these questions in the end of this video. So first, we talk about the main substrate in the energy production. So if you still remember that in chapter 5 in the previous video about metabolism, we actually learned that there are two metabolic reactions. So first is the catabolism and also an anabolism. So catabolism is the process that release energy and anabolism is the process that use energy. Okay, and cellular respiration, which is the process that we are going to talk about today, is the oxidation process of organic molecules through several stages to release energy. So you have to know that cellular respiration, they are oxidation process that are going to release energy. So the main aims for cellular respiration is going to release energy and is an important process for every cell in our body. And the main substrate for cellular respiration is glucose. Okay, so that's all the carbohydrates that we eat. We're going to process them into glucose, and we're going to use this glucose and release energy. So the process of oxidizing glucose to release energy is called a cellular respiration. And there are two types of the cellular respiration. And the first one, which we are going to talk about in this video, is an aerobic respiration, which is only happens in the presence of oxygen. So that's aerobic. And the second type is anaerobic. Okay, anaerobic is a respiration that happens in a cell without oxygen. So it's with oxygen and without oxygen. There's just two types that we're going to learn in our topic, in our syllabus. And also there are another type, which is under anaerobic, the one without oxygen, is known as fermentation. Okay, so fermentation is an alternative pathway to obtain energy as well, besides of cellular respiration, usually without oxygen fermentation. Okay, so next we're going to talk about what is an aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration is a process where, like we mentioned just now, to break down the glucose with oxygen. Okay, aerobic is with oxygen to produce chemical energy. Okay, and then all this process, the aerobic respiration, going to begins with glycolysis. So glycolysis, when you see lysis here in our biological term, lysis means breakdown. Okay, so glyco actually means glucose here. So glycolysis is the breakdown of glucose by enzymes. Okay, so when you see lysis, it means breakdown. So you might meet other term in the future, but for now, just know that aerobic respiration start with glycolysis, the breakdown of glucose. And then one glucose molecule is going to broken down into two pyruvate molecules. So after glycolysis, the product will be another molecule known as a pyruvate. One becomes two, okay? And then after the process of this, of the aerobic respiration, we're going to produce some byproducts such as our carbohydrates, water, and also energy as in the form of ATP, okay, in the form of ATP. So this is the most important products that we want to get from aerobic respiration so that we get the energy to carry out the metabolic reactions in our body, okay. Okay, so this is about glycolysis. So this is the whole overview for aerobic respiration. So it starts off with glycolysis, where glucose becomes pyruvate, and this glycolysis process occurs in the cytoplasm. Still remember your cell component. Cytoplasm is in the medium, okay, of the cell. And however, after this pyruvate forms after glycolysis, they're going to undergo oxidation. So it's called the second process is called oxidation of pyruvate, which they're going to form the final products, carbon dioxide, water, and also energy in the form of ATP. And this oxidation of pyruvate occurs in the mitochondria. Okay, so this is in the cytoplasm. This is in the mitochondria, and the whole glycolysis plus the oxidation of pyruvate is the whole process of aerobic respiration. Okay. Okay, so aerobic respiration, we have an equation to simplify them, and ATP molecules are produced when a group of non-organic phosphate is added to the adenosine diphosphate. Okay, so maybe it's in the word form is quite complicated, so you might look at the in an equation form. So ADP, which is the adenosine diphosphate, di means two, yeah, two phosphate. So ADP plus with another phosphate, so 2p plus 1p equals to 3p. So they're going to form ATP. Okay, so now we form the ATP. So how ATP is going to provide us energy? Then we're going to refer next. So ATP has a weak phosphate links. Okay, so remember I told you that ATP has three phosphate, the adenosine triphosphate. So between all these phosphate group, they have a weak links. Okay, so when the links are weak and they are going to be broken easily, and then the energy will be released when the phosphate link is being broken. So ATP, they will form back to ADP plus phosphate, and this process is going to release energy. Okay, this is how ATP release energy. So the whole process, we go back to what we said just now, aerobic respiration. The main product that we want to see is energy in the form of ATP. Okay, so now this is the final slide. So the complete process of the glucose oxidation is simplified as this. So glucose plus oxygen, then it will become a carbohydrates, water, and also energy. This 12898 kilojoules is the unit for energy, but it's not so important. Just understand that the whole process of aerobic respiration is going to produce energy, which is quite high energy. If you compare aerobic and also anaerobic respiration, aerobic respiration is going to produce a lot more energy than the anaerobic one, which we might talk in further in the next video. Okay, so this whole process is known as aerobic respiration, which consists of two processes, glycolysis and also oxidation of the pyruvate. So let's recap a little bit before we end this video. So first, we talk about what are the main substrates in energy production, which is our glucose, and glucose will undergoes the process called glycolysis. And what are the types of the cellular respiration for the syllabus is aerobic, the one with oxygen, and also anaerobic respiration, the one without oxygen. And in this video, we also talk about what is aerobic respiration, which consists of two phases. Consists of two phases. The first is the glycolysis, the breakdown of glucose. Then they will form pyruvate, and pyruvate is going to undergo oxidation, which is the second process, and they're going to form final products, which the most important components are the energy, very high energy. So that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.